Now we're having a play date at the moment, so I've got them in cages inside. That back one has a big box that they've made into their little house. This is Miss Grey, who's now in Caramel's cage, and what I've done is I've put a little wire fence around the outside because they're inside, and I've got quite thick cardboard on the bottom, and that white bundle of fluff you can see is Matty, and somewhere over there we will see Caramel pop up at some stage. I'm not quite sure where Caramel is at the moment, and he is great at hiding, so I'm just going to let this run and see what they get up to. Now this is Matty, and she's climbed up on this it's called a cat something or other. Let's have a look what it's called. It's called a cat play system, which I bought at Kmart, and it has lots of things like this white box, which has got holes in the top and holes in the side. It has got one that goes sideways, and there's sort of not quite enough room to put that out, and it's got single little boxes. Well, that's a double one there, and it's got holes in the side too, and you can see that down the far side there's two little single ones. Maybe if I come back this way you'll see that the double ones have things as well. At the moment I've only got two little single ones in there, and I can just see Caramel playing in the ones on the far side. You can't see Caramel very well unless you really look, because there he comes. Now all three of these animals are desexed, so this is Caramel coming along here, and he's the boy, and then I have two girls that have been together for their life. They are actually siblings, but not from the same litter, but they both have the same parents. I think Caramel is 1 or 2 litters older, maybe even more, but they are delightful to watch, and you can see that at the moment they're going in and out of their cages. The two girls have been good together, so after desexing I had them separated, and then I put them back together again, but they didn't know Caramel, and this is Caramel. They're all mini lops, and so, but they're all extremely inquisitive. They don't seem to want to run away, except Caramel did actually spend a good 2 months across the road because he got chased out of the cage by the dog, and I thought we'd lost him, but he decided that across the road and the paddocks across there were a really great idea, and he spent over 2 months over there. Then I discovered that he knew his way back, and so I put food down for him, and finally after a couple of months where it was getting quite a lot colder, he would come over here in the evening and I put food down, and we have a pet trap that we sometimes use, which is over there, as you can see. It's one that we can catch them in and it doesn't hurt them, and so I put that outside. First of all, he pulled the food out, and then ate the food so that he didn't get trapped. So I let him do that 2 or 3 times, and then I put the food at the other end of the cage, and we got him within about 5 minutes. At the moment he's in the girl's house, and he looks as if he's decided to rearrange that and run in and out it. No, he thinks that's lovely that he can run in and out. He is rearranging the cage inside. I don't know whether you can see that very well, but it's quite funny. And he's I'll try and get this so that You can actually see him. And without the girls in there, it's quite a lot less threatening to them, but he's having a really good smell of them. And he seems to be quite happy. The first time I put them together, I just opened the cages and put them all together, and the first thing he did was chase them all around and mount them. But he doesn't seem to be doing that over the last couple of times, so I'm hoping I can bond all three of these. So then I'll have these, once I've got these bonded, I've got 3 babies that are coming up to 14 weeks, and they are all in together at the moment, and they're on the list for desexing as soon as they're old enough, and then hopefully we'll be able to put them all together by bonding them all together. That was a movement on the top, so obviously one of them, probably Matty, because it's the only one I can't see, is obviously at the other end trying to do something. Matty's usually easy to see because she's white and extremely fluffy, so if I can get a good one of Matty, I will. I'll definitely try, because Matty is an unusual mini lop. She must have some sort of cashmere or something in her background, because Matty has extremely long fur, and to the point where the lady who had her to start with couldn't cope with her fur, and so she came back to us along with Grey. And there she is, you can see her pop up. She's very, very inquisitive, and here she comes now. And if I can get over there, I don't know whether you can see, she looks as if she's huge. Next one will hopefully be with a lot of fur off her, because I'm going to have to give her a trim. So I'm just going to press the camera down a bit and see if I can see what they're doing. Not easy to see what they're doing, they love to hide. Now we've got Grey in Caramel's cage. We've got Caramel redesigning the girl's house. He must think he's an architect. I think all bunnies think they're architects, and probably they are extremely good architects, I would say, because they can, this hole here, I'm not sure whether I can zoom in on it at the moment. Hang on, make sure that I'm not in the way of the camera, but this, yes I can. You know, you can't actually see anything, there isn't anything in the way of the hole. It's just the lines on the side of the cage. You can just see Caramel inside there, moving around. I can't actually see him, so the camera's a bit lower than I am. But I made that quite a small hole, just big enough for them to get into, and they've made it nice and big and round. And I put a tiny hole in the front of that, and it's now taken them 3 weeks. They've rearranged a piece that I had in the middle of it, but they do stretch out in there, and it gives them enough room to stretch out, and it's been brilliant. It's a Ozito box that I bought now what was it, it's a wet and dry vacuum cleaner and a high pressure hose thing, and they've done a great job with keeping that where they haven't actually managed to annihilate the box, but they have managed to make the box entrance a little bit bigger. And if I come up and I move this one to the side, we might be able to see Caramel over there. I'm very I'm not sure what you call it with their names. Matty got called Matty because she was full of mats when I got her back. Caramel got called Caramel because that's his colour. and grey is called grey, so that's her colour. Now I do have two other little white ones and another little grey one, and the little grey one's called Silver because when he was born he was just totally silver, and he looked quite good. You can see there, actually that close, that Maddie's fur is very, very fluffy. If we get over here, that's quite a good photo of her. She doesn't look particularly fluffy, she just looks like a little bundle of fluff. And I have two little white ones outside. They were born outside and I've kept them outside. They're in a big cage that is now Alcatrazed against the dog yet again because he manages to open doors. But he went in there and he was just jumping around with him. His problem is that he's too big, even though he thinks he's a bunny. And so we have Alcatraz that yet again. And this is my 10-minute, now 11-minute video. And as you can see, I just sit and watch these. They give me the most gorgeous pleasure. But I will sign off now because otherwise I will never get anything done today. Probably not anyway. Okay, hello Grey. You're peeking around the corner.